create! Sorry, hey, I'm Thifrus, and today I'm gonna find out what the greatest mod in Minecraft, create, does. I tried to make a few create videos before. They never really went well. Yeah, you can't learn unless you study. That's not how it goes in school for me, but like, it can change in Minecraft, that's fine. So the first time in my life I studied, and it was Minecraft. Here's what I learned. First of all, I learned that create people are smart, so they carry clipboards of the stuff they have to do. So let's say learn create, which I did, and then let's say I added a few things. First of all, you need rotation for create. That's the ground rule. So to get rotation, you either get a creative motor, which just rotates, or you build stuff that will provide the rotation. But for now, let's say you get a creative motor. You can just place it down, and from the sides, you can actually right click and hold, and whatever RPM you want it to turn in, you can just set it to that and it will turn. And this side is just the opposite direction. Okay, so now you know there is rotation, but like, what do you do with it? Does it just spin? No, it doesn't just spin. See, that's the thing with shafts, cogwheels, and gearboxes. So basically, a shaft is transporting this rotation, and cogwheels are just spinning. And you can get gearboxes that will rotate the rotation. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can get multiple of them and just spread the rotation. And there are vertical ones, which will just make it vertical. Whoa! And maybe you know from science lessons that cogwheels actually do a little something. So let's say we have a little motor here that is turning really slowly, but you can get a big one and connect it to a little one, and then connect that to a big one, and that to a little one, and that to a big one. Yeah, it speeds up. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. But you know what? I suddenly want this to stop, because not because the clipboard says so, but I want it to stop. How do I do that? Do I just break the motor? No. You can get clutches, which are powered by redstone. So what a clutch does is, you can just place it over here, and unless you power it, it will work like a normal shaft. But when you power it, it will just cut the power. This part will still turn, but this will not. That's the whole point. So let's say I have a wheel here. It's just turning what is this? Why is it so fast? Do this. There we go. So this is turning clockwise. What if I want this to turn anti-clockwise? Well, we have gear shifts for that. What a gear shift does is when you place it here, it also acts like a normal shaft. But when you power it, it turns it anti-clockwise. Hey, how are you doing back there? Are you bored? Well, suck it up because we're just starting. So let's say it's a hot summer evening. You're hot. You are sweating. Let's say you're hot. Well, we have fans for that. But like, you don't... Okay, it's... yeah, this is not enough for me. So, what do I do? I assume you know gearboxes and you can just split the rotation. But oh, it's pulling me and this is pushing me. Why? Because gearboxes do that. What you can do is have encased chain drives or a mechanical belt. You get a shaft and another shaft here, and you just right click and right click. There we go. You can add shafts by right clicking here, and the fans will just rotate the same way. There we go. They are all stop that. Now to extend this belt, you can just right click here to just, yeah, I don't think there's a limit. And also, alternatively, as I mentioned, you can get a chain drive. Yeah, you just place it and it works. It doesn't work vertically, unless it's only vertically. Now, to a little bit more complex stuff. Smart people might need to know their limits. Although I'm engineering my limits, that is not the case for me because I'm not smart. But if you are smart, here's the speedometer and the stressometer. What these dudes do is just... Oh, I can't see it. Wait. Also, you need these glasses to, yeah. You need glasses to just see these. The SU mentioned here is stress units provided by the motor itself. And the speedometer here is just displaying the speed of the motor. Okay, now you know all that. Let's get to the fun bit. You remember the old-fashioned pistons. Okay, they are useful, but not as much as the create ones. The reason I love the create pistons is because they don't need any redstone. All you gotta do is feed this guy some piston extension poles. Let me just show you. And you know what? You can just put that back. Or push it like... push it really slowly. That is so stupid. That looks so cursed, doesn't it? But it's working. Okay, but this is the occasion with these creative motors. It's obviously a creative motor. You don't have that in survival. So, what do you do when you're in survival and you need rotation? Well, you have those water wheels I showed earlier. We have a hand crank for your slavery actions. Or if you're a normal person, you just prefer wind power over manpower. If you're not, go away. To set up this wind power thing, you need a windmill bearing and sails. you just do this, however big you want it to be, and you use the super glue, right click with that, right click with that, and then just right click here. It will start working. Well, the longer lasting solution is by building a steam engine. So what do you need for a steam engine? You need heat and you need water. Heat comes from the blaze burner. You need a water tank, which is a fluid tank in game, and a steam engine on top. You actually need a mechanical pump and a fluid pipe to provide water. And now you see there's a little arrow pointing at this direction, which is wrong. I don't want this fluid tank to just spill all the water in this well. You get a wrench and right click, just like that. Here we go. Oh. There it is. That's our steam engine. It stopped. Okay, let's say you solved your energy issue. What are you gonna do with it? Are you just gonna rotate it or just use pistons? Well, no, there's a lot of things you can do. Let's say this is your steam engine providing infinite energy. Well, you can do a few pretty interesting things. First of all, you get this press, where it just presses metals. And you can use these iron sheets, for example, for create recipes. There's also the mechanical mixer, which is used with the basin, and there are some recipes, but one of them is with andesite and some iron nuggets, so it just does that, and you get andesite alloys. There we go. Now, this is one of my favorite features from Create, and that is the crushing wheel. What you can do is just build a cobblestone farm and have infinite cobblestone and dump all those in. Gravel. Then you put the gravel into the machine, sand, and clay for some reason. With this, you can just get a cobblestone farm, get infinite cobblestone, put the input in here, and you basically never have to mine sand ever again. But wait, there are more. We got the mechanical drill, which just drills stone. And think, you can use this in your cobblestone farm and have infinite cobblestone without ever having to mine cobblestone again. And then we have the mechanical saw, which is used to saw logs. But there's a little cool feature about saw. See, let's assume this is a little tree. Put the saw here and your tree is gone. And what we finally have is the deployer, which is it's a pointy hand. And what it does is, if you give it something to hold, it just places it. And okay, stop it. You can right click to get it, yeah. And finally, the best feature of Create, the one and only trains. You need tracks for trains, so you just place one, you right click that and carry it wherever you want it to go. And if you want a train, you're gonna have to get a train station and right click on the track you want it to be the station, and then right click here to place the station, and on the station select create new train, and then you will see this blue area here, and if you right click that, you will see your buggy appearing. Now you can build anything on this. If you want to build a house, do it. If you want to build a plane, it's your choice. But I want to stick to this thing, whatever you call it. Now this will not work actually, because you need to glue everything on this, and you will need a train control facing the way you just placed the train station, and if you want, just a seat for you to sit. And you also need to glue these on your train, and you are all set. Now if you just go to your train assembly station and assemble it, there we go. Now you can just be seated and right click your train controls and do whatever you want. And with that, my list is done. Well, I hope you liked this video because I really enjoyed making it, and there are more. So if you want a part 2 of this video, leave a like and make sure you are subscribed. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.